Ah! So, have you seen the new The World Ends With You trailer? There's going to be a sequel called Neo The World Ends With You, and I'm very excited because The World Ends With You is my favorite game of all time, and so it's going to be Neo The World Ends With You, and the hype's already died down, I've already seen it, so I just want to overanalyze the trailer right now. So first thing we see is this new symbol. This isn't the player pin, this is something else. And so that's the first mystery. It looks very similar to the player pin though. And then we see Greetings Sheeple of Shibuya, and we see this later in the trailer, I think. And we see our protagonist running around. We see Tower Records. Now, I believe in the original game, it was called Towa Records. Okay, so according to the wiki, it says, in Neo The World Ends With You, Towa Records is replaced with its real-life counterpart, Tower Records, due to Square Enix getting official licenses to various Shibuya stores and companies. So we see that again with Modai and Parko. Then we see our protagonist. And this is... she says, same vision as the one I had yesterday. Is this the future? Now, this is an important line because in A New Day, and The World Ends With You spoilers, by the way, because we're gonna get into spoilers for The World Ends With You. In A New Day, Neku gets these visions of the future from Hype-chan, or she gets a name in this, but I'm gonna keep calling her Hype-chan because that's her name. Shut up. So, apparently, Hype-chan is giving this guy, the new protagonist, visions as well, maybe. And Rindo is his name, and in the background, we see him say something. Aimless indeed, or the answer never leaves something. An aimless, indecisive something for the answers. Naturally skilled, but tend to see something. Then we get we college students, so they're not the ages of the World Ends With You cast. The World Ends With You cast was 15, I believe, at the time, but so this is a college student, and she is neither quiet and keeps her distance from people, maybe. And I don't know what it says. It's hard to make out what the things in the background says. But anyway, we get introduced to Magi. Then, a powerful number who ran the game, cold and calculated, and this is Sho, who we actually get Sho is in the original game as the game master of the second week, and now it's a playable character. And if you don't know, he dies, but then he gets revived because he gets a new body made out of taboo noise, which is a whole thing I'm not gonna go into. But anyway, look at his stick. Also, he doesn't have his wings anymore, meaning he must be a player during this game. How he became a player again, I don't know. But you see that he also has his, like, cat whiskers that he has in... These cat whiskers here that he has in the anime. He didn't have those in the original game. Then we get a look at what it looks like to scan. We get, like, this pink sky and, like, the different words, voices, and thoughts around him. I believe that is what this is. Then we get introduced to this woman. Here, I thought I was done for the day, she says, holding up, and she has a phone with, a picture of, I think that's Fret on it. No, that's Rindo. And Fret and Rindo are talking to this woman, and they set him up with she sets him up with the R and S. But first, I want you to notice what she's wearing, because no, that's after the scene, but they set them up with an RNS, which is maybe like a Reaper social networking thing. Also, if you notice, Rindo is wearing a Jupiter of the Monkey shirt. So, the same brands are still in the game. Or the Reaper networking service. You get your mission info from the official account. So, that makes me think, like, instead of getting mission mail, like, through the email or a text message like they did in the original game, they get it through an app. And if you notice, this woman is also wearing a Mr. Mew costume. A Mr. Mew hoodie, which is Shiki's cat doll. And this game supposedly takes place, according to a tweet I saw from an official account, this game takes place 3 years after The World Ends With You, and in The World Ends With You, there's these secret reports, and and one of them says, quote, upon returning to life, the exceptional player's creative activities soon make their mark upon society. His art, music, and other output become a part of culture, spreading and persisting throughout time, refining people's imagination, even without personal contact with the player. So I think this is what that is. My theory is that this is what that is, because Shiki survived and he came back to life. This is Shiki's art and passion and imagination be inspiring and refining other people's imagination. And we see that same symbol again, so I assume this is some sort of prize, because the character says it doesn't mean a thing that if you don't nab this pretty little baby afterward. I think, like, the goal of each mission will be to collect one of these. Maybe? You can see, like, a wreath around the symbol here, and a wreath usually symbolizes, like, victory or something, because, like, in the Olympic Games they get, like, one of those. So, maybe the goal of each mission is to grab one of these things. Also, this character shares a very similar color choice to Neku, I want to say. So, there's that. And now we get the fighting, and Team HP. So, what that makes me think is that you each have your team will be all on the battlefield at the same time, battling the same enemy with the pins on the bottom and the sync at the top, which you can sync with your partner. But your team HP is the enemy can damage you or your opponent or your partner, Minimo Show. Then we get Korea, who's rocking a new look. So this guy's a player and he says, afraid not, man, I'm flying solo today. So we see that Uzuki, who's always around Korea, is not around. So where is she? That's a mystery. Then we get the biggest part. Hype-chan gets a name, Tsugumi Matsume. And we see she still looks like she does in the World Ends With You, and she's looking at Rindo strangely, thinking they met before. But we don't see her holding Mr. Mew, which she was. But then again, her hands are down out of frame, so maybe she's like holding one of his arms. Then we get this guy who, when I saw him, my first instinct was to say, Yoshikage Kira. And he says the same line we saw at the beginning, greetings people of Shibuya. And we see that someone is holding the phone. So this is a recorded message, or like a live stream or something, because this is someone showing a recording to someone. They aren't, Shiba isn't in front of these people. And they say, and he's the game master for this round of the game. And that begs the question, who's the conductor and the composer? Is Joshua still the composer, or is someone else the composer? And who's the conductor? Because Megumi got erased. Then we see this. It says Shibuya's gone. What this is referring to, I think, is the inversion, which is an event that happened in Shinjuku in A New Day, which basically destroys the entire town. And they said that it was going to be happening soon in Shibuya as well. Then Lord Rindo. Is this an honorific, or why is there a bigger meaning to this? Why is he referring to him as Lord Rindo? Then we get more zeptograms. This looks like a boss. Changing our fate. I think this is gonna be the theme of the game, changing your fate. I think, maybe? And then we get logo drop. Yeah, so I am very excited for this game, because it's The World Ends With You! Ah! Anyway, that's me overanalyzing this trailer. Go follow me on Twitter, and like and subscribe. Only a small percentage of my viewers are actually subscribed or something. And see ya.